I'm Dr. Kirsty Sexel. I'm a veterinarian and a specialist in behavioural medicine. So I see dogs all the time that have behaviour problems. So would you know when you need to see me as a veterinarian with a dog that presents with a behaviour problem, or when you go and see a dog trainer? So let's see if we can look at the difference between a behaviour problem and a problem behaviour. Behaviour problems are medical issues. They're things like anxiety, or we see dogs with separation anxiety or obsessive compulsive disorders. And because it's a medical problem, you need to see a veterinarian with extra qualifications in behaviour, or a behaviour specialist like myself. However, if your dog has a problem behaviour, then this is the time to see a trainer. And problem behaviours, to me, are perfectly normal behaviours, but they're just not acceptable to the owners, and it really may just indicate the dog doesn't have manners or hasn't been taught how to behave. So it's important to know the difference between when you see a trainer and when you see a vet, so your dog gets the best help it can. A couple of things to remember: dogs are not disobedient deliberately, they're not naughty, they're not being dominant. There's always a reason why the dog is behaving the way it does. So whether your dog is barking, chewing, jumping up, or stealing things, it's always important to find the underlying cause. And if you know the underlying reason, then we can treat it most appropriately. Things like barking, chewing, jumping up, stealing things may all be normal behaviours. It really depends on the age of the dog. This is what we'd expect to see in a puppy. It also depends on the context. And it may also tell you that you're not meeting the behavioural needs of your dog. You may not be meeting its needs for physical exercise or even mental exercise. Another thing to remember: if the behaviour is increased in frequency, intensity, or duration, you need professional help. So whether that's with a trainer or with a vet, you need to decide who you need to see. If you are going to see a trainer, please go to see one that only uses reward-based training. We don't need to punish our dogs for doing things like jumping up. We just need to teach them more appropriate behaviours. A quick word about growling. Growling is a normal behaviour. It tells us that the dog may be scared or worried or anxious. It's a cry for help. And so growling should never be punished, because growling is the warning sign. It tells you that the dog is, I'm getting worried, and if you knock the growl out of the dog, guess what? The dog might bite, and nobody wants that to happen. So respect a dog that's growling and listen to the dog when it does that. So a couple of other things that I want to talk about. Dogs are not deliberately being naughty, they're not being deliberately disobedient, but most important, remember, dogs are not attention seeking. They are looking for information. So when your dog jumps up or barks at you, it wants information. It needs to know what you want it to do, so you need to provide that information. Never punish dogs when they're doing the wrong thing. It's always better to teach them what you want them to do, provide an alternative behaviour. Always reward appropriate behaviour and seek professional help. See your vet, see your positive reinforcement trainer. Couple of things just to finish off with. Dogs need to know good manners, and I think all dogs need to know how to sit, to stay and settle. That tells us that we can manage that dog, we can reward the relaxed behaviour. So learn to read your dog's body language, give it the information it needs, and enjoy your dog.